Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the O Snap podcast, hosted by Snap Duo. For anyone new here, my name is Reese.
And I'm Vincent. Today we're going to talk you through the process of our business from start to today and get into the segment Snapped.
But first, let's get into our weekly recap.
Yes.
Very exciting things happened this week. We booked a wedding for the end of this year.
For December 30th, which is a very interesting date.
And this will be video only.
I will finally be able to have a second shooter. I never get a second shooter. You're the one who only gets second shooter.
I am excited to be your right-hand woman.
It'll be nice
in December.
too. Yeah, it'll be very nice.
I'm excited too because I feel like it's less stress on me. Because I'm not taking photos, so I just kind of get to follow you around for the day.
It's definitely less stress on me.
Because you have me.
Because I have you. And if I need something, normally at a wedding, you'd be busy doing something else. But since you won't be doing photography, I'll be able to have you as a
wingman.
A wingman.
Yes, so very exciting. We booked that wedding this week. What else did we do?
We got invited to the Norco Rodeo.
That was a very exciting invite.
For those who don't know, we have never been to a rodeo together. You have boots.
I have boots. My family is from Wisconsin, so I got my boots in 7th or 8th grade in Wisconsin.
And they still fit.
And they still fit.
And they still look good, except you didn't put the moisturizer on it, so now they're kind of cracked.
Well, in my defense, they are from 7th or 8th grade, and I'm 25. So.
But I did not have any boots.
No, you did not. So we took a trip to the Boot Barn.
And it was a whole different world.
Very different world. We went in one night, like 30 minutes before closing, I want to say.
Yep. And
had someone help us look for boots for Vincent. And he was very nice and very informative.
Yeah.
But we could not make our mind up. We didn't even know if we should buy Vincent boots for one event.
I tried boots on we went to a thrift store and I tried boots on, and the heel was probably like that thick.
He's not exaggerating.
And I didn't feel that good in them. They were
also like silver and gray, but like light gray and silver, and they were a little flashy.
The ones that I got, they're less flashy and they're meant for more rodeo attire.
Yes, they are brown. So we went back day 2, back to the Boot Barn, and the man who helped us the night before recommended a certain pair of boots, and those are the ones that you ended up going with, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he got himself his first pair of cowboy boots.
And then the next night?
We went to the rodeo. We got invited, by the way, by our clients, Haley and Steven, who have turned into our friends too.
Yes.
Very exciting. And when they invited us, we talked about it for a whole, 5 minutes, and we were set to go.
Yeah.
So yes, we went with them on Friday night.
We watched
the line dancing.
We watched the line dancing
on YouTube.
On YouTube to, see what we were getting ourselves into, and maybe learn so that we could maybe join in. Reese got the hang of it, but that's because you used to be a competitive dancer, and so you're used to that stuff.
I get things pretty quickly.
I am not used to it, and so I had a little bit of a difficult time, but I was able to kind of get some things going, but I did not dance. You did, though, and we'll definitely put those clips in right now.
Oof.
Yeah.
So yes, we did go to the Norco Rodeo. It's like a rodeo / fair. So we got to have some brisket and mac and cheese, some drinks.
We got brisket and
oh no!
On our last piece, it was a
the largest piece.
It was a nice big piece of brisket, and I went to give Reese a bite. They didn't supply knives, so we had to take it with a fork, lift it up to our mouth, take a bite. I tried to lift it up. so Reese could have a bite, and it fell off the fork, and it fell right down, and it fell down like
The bleachers.
the bleachers right onto the ground, and it was never seen again. Hopefully a cat or a dog or a raccoon was able to have a good dinner that night, because we weren't able to finish that. So
I can't tell you the last time I laughed that hard either. we were laughing like it was the funniest thing that's ever happened to us, even though we were both really sad because we were hungry. But yes, so we did have brisket. Did some line dancing with K-Frog. I did.
And then we went on the rides. Me and Steven went on one of the crazy rides that you and Haley would not go on.
And we were for sure positive that they were going to throw up when they got off that ride.
The girl in front of us was going to. And she's what made them cut the ride so short.
Cut the ride so short. We felt like you guys were on that thing forever.
Well.
And the guy was laughing, the one that was doing the ride.
Yeah.
He was laughing because everyone was spinning out of control, and he would not stop the ride.
And then after that, Haley had never been on a fair ride because she doesn't trust him.
Well, she made it seem like she had never been on one because she said that there were, what did she say? They're put together with one
a
screw.
Yeah.
One screw gets loose, we're done. So Vincent was pretty adamant on going on the Ferris wheel, and my favorite movie is The Notebook.
Yes!
Say it.
I want to go out with you!
Say it again.
I want to go out with you!
All right, we'll go out.
Okay, so if anyone's seen it, they know exactly what scene I'm talking about. And Vincent and I have never been on a Ferris wheel together.
Yeah, we've been on Ferris wheels before. We went,
When?
Let's see, we went, that one.
You know that
and
one
then the other
sometime.
We definitely have been on one before, though.
Oh, we went on the Long Beach one
Yeah.
in the Fun Zone thing. Okay, well.
Which was like 6 times bigger than the one that we just went on.
Okay, but if you watch The Notebook, that is like a fair, okay? And just, it was giving The Notebook vibes. So we needed to go on this Ferris wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And right as we were about to get on, we made Haley and Steven get on too. We noticed that the thing that was connecting the whole thing that would make it go around was like the things that you strap onto your car if you're trying to hold something down.
Yeah.
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 So the whole ride was doing its movements based off of pretty much a tie down for a car. So that was kind of terrifying as we realized that going on the ride, but it was so fun.
But we got some good video that we'll show, and we got a picture with Haley and Steven on that ride. Haley, if you're watching, I'm very proud that you went on the ride.
It was so fun. It was nice because I think that was the first time we've ever hung out with clients of ours.
Yeah, clients turned friend, yeah.
Yeah, and now we have a friendship with them, and we get to do a bunch of stuff. They really want to take us to an Angel game.
And I got a new pair of boots, so we have to go and we have to
And
use
we got
them.
new belts too.
And new belts, yes.
So it was very exciting.
Yes.
Exciting. And then we went back to the fair.
No, you're missing it. After the fair, oh wait, was it? Never mind. You were on the right track. I'm so sorry.
We went home. Well,
because we didn't get home that night until probably 1 a.m. We stopped at Taco Bell on the way home.
But Haley told us that when you buy your ticket for the fair, it's good for the whole weekend, and we didn't know that. So they were going back night 2 on Saturday. We didn't know if we were going to go back, but I really wanted to see bull riding because they didn't have that night 1. So we got all dressed up for night 2 of the fair on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Got there. It was humid. It was hot, sweaty, and we were also exhausted from the night before.
Yeah.
So we lasted a whole
like an hour.
Hour?
And a half. Yeah, hour and a half.
We got funnel cake.
What else did you get?
Vincent got me.
Oh boy.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, I have a very strong addiction to Diet Coke. It's what gets me through my work days.
We've been trying to wean her off.
Not going too well. Vincent got me.
Let's put it closer, eh?
Okay.
But you have to talk. You have to do the talk through.
Okay, so for people who don't watch us on YouTube, it is a tumbler. That is it's like sparkly Diet Coke. And it's huge and has a metal straw, which I'm also obsessed with metal straws right now because it just makes your drinks colder. I don't know. I I swear it does. But it is sparkly silver and says Diet Coke really big on it. And I will be drinking all of my caffeine fuel.
Eventually, she'll be drinking water out of it.
Hey, I just had water in it an hour ago. But right now it's let's see. It's 11:19 as we're filming this, and I am drinking a Diet Coke out of it.
By the way, if anyone's curious about when we do film these, we film these about a day to a day and a half or whatever before Wednesday, so that we have time to edit them and everything. But we always make sure that we get the work that we need to done before we film this. That's why it is 11:19 at night.
What was I doing 5 minutes before we started filming?
Editing photos.
Yes. So we always make sure we have all of our work done, but
Yes.
we usually typically film a day or two, or a day and a half to 2 days before Wednesday. So yes, we did go to the fair night too. Turned around, went home.
Yeah. And then after that, we went to Target and we
did.
tried on some costumes that will also have some
Clips if you're watching us on YouTube. Or if you're listening to us on Spotify and you're curious of these photos and videos, you can always, after you're done listening, go ahead and watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, because you're gonna see all the us, running around in these costumes that we tried on.
Shenanigans.
Yep, doing our
So.
stuff.
And we have to say it because he'd be upset if he wasn't mentioned in this episode.
Yes.
But my dad had a 3-day weekend this weekend because of Labor Day. And people in our family got sick. So, as a lot of you may know, my best friend Kayla is 9 months pregnant, about to give birth any time now, and we cannot risk getting her sick or me not being there when the baby's born.
Zero
because I'm
risks
sick.
taken.
So, sorry, Dad. We did not see him once this weekend. I know he's a star of every weekly recap.
Told him it's okay. It's okay that you weren't that we didn't get to hang out this weekend. You got these nice 3 days to lay down, take all the naps that you want, drink all the coffee that you want, all the Dr. Pepper that you want, and just
He was not
completely
happy.
relax.
Not happy about it at all. So no dad this weekend, but we did FaceTime about 55 times. So
Oh yeah.
we still got to talk to him. Just the star of our weekly recaps was absent this weekend. But he's not sick. He's feeling great. So that's all that matters.
Yep. And he'll be good to go by next weekend.
Next weekend's going to be fun-filled, fun-packed, business-packed.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff
A lot
next
of
weekend.
stuff. So we're excited to tell you about next week's weekly recap.
Yes, and we also would like to give an update on the wedding that we're currently editing. How's it going?
It's going fantastic.
Good.
Super smooth sailing so far. I'm currently at bridal party photos. Just finished getting ready and ceremony and everything.
Yeah.
And it's going great. I'm going to be done with my end of it hopefully tomorrow.
I'm hoping I'll be done with it tomorrow as well. I'm a little ticked because of our location where we were at with the walking down the aisle. Not for the bride.
It's not
and
their
her
fault.
dad. It wasn't like the photos are still and the video still look really good. I personally am just not happy, but it was a church and churches
Have
it's
specific rules.
you don't have
and-
as much flexibility as say if you're outside at a venue or anything like that. But it's all going good and I think we'll both be done tomorrow.
What time tomorrow? We cannot tell you.
Probably we say tomorrow, but technically it'll be at 3-4 in the morning on Wednesday morning or whatever.
Which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah.
You want to know why it's fine? Because Reese will have Diet Coke stocked. Vincent, I just had him take me about 45 minutes ago to get more Diet Coke for tomorrow because I know I'm going to need the caffeine.
Great for you. You can have caffeine. I personally do not drink caffeine after 4 o'clock to give my body time for the caffeine that I did drink before 4 to completely get out of my system.
Can't relate.
Yeah. You and your father.
Correct.
Yeah.
And my mother.
And your mother?
My mom drinks Crystal Light energy packets. I call them Crystal Crack because they are like some of the only caffeine that'll like make me literally shake if I drink them. She's trying to get herself off those though,
No,
and get
I'm
on
telling
coffee.
you,
And I'm trying to get off Diet Coke to go on coffee, and we're just having a very difficult time. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I have 2 cups of coffee, no sugar, no creamer, nothing, just straight black coffee, 2 cups in the morning, and maybe some caffeine, maybe after that. I don't really think so though. And then a liquid IV.
Oh yeah,
That's
liquid
it.
IV.
And then after 4, cut off.
No, like I said, it's now 11:24. I'm drinking a Diet Coke. It's probably like my 4th one today.
No, it's probably about your 12th.
No, let's not be
We went-
dramatic.
We went to In-N-Out earlier. Remember that?
I only got one refill.
Oh boy.
I did. I only got one refill. It was good of me.
So you had 2, pretty much of those at In-N-Out.
Okay, so I had
You had
2 of
2
these
this
this morning.
morning.
I had 2 of these this morning. Then we went to In-N-Out. I had 2 more of these technically, and then this one. So that's 5 Diet Cokes today.
And would you say 2? You started at 2 and
No, I didn't.
And worked your way up to 5.
Whatever. I'm trying to get off this. I'm trying to get on coffee, but my brother bought me a 12-pack of Diet Coke cans for my birthday, and he reignited everything. So
She is trying.
we'll try again next week. I'm doing great. I have a lot of energy.
We're gonna keep them updated.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Well, before we end our weekly recap, I think we should tell them about the show that we're watching every night now. It's become a part of our daily schedule. I look forward to it every night.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, we are not good together watching shows at nighttime.
Absolutely not.
It just doesn't really work out. We tried watching Suits, and that was working out pretty good. And then the show became extremely repetitive, so it made it difficult to watch. So we stopped watching that, and then she's been watching Grey's Anatomy.
I'm on season 10.
I watched the BS news and all that stuff, but we found Scandal. You already watched Scandal.
Scandal's my
Years
mom
and
and
years
I
ago.
show. We love Scandal, and I've been telling Vincent, I'm telling you since we started dating that we need to watch Scandal together because he loves political presidents, everything just like I do. And so I've told him like we need to watch a show together, and I finally got him to say yes. And how do you like it?
I love the show. I think it's great. I think the guy who plays the president's a little too descriptive for me. But
He's amazing.
Other than that, it's a really good show. I would definitely recommend.
And
yeah.
it's what I look forward to every night now because we usually lay on opposite sides of the bed and either watch TikToks till we go to bed or watch our own shows.
Who falls asleep first?
You every night
Why is it?
because you're tired.
No, because I stopped drinking caffeine after 4.
No. It's something in my blood. I swear I have to be awake at nighttime. I'm getting better. Since we started Scandal, it's also helped my sleep schedule. So once he falls asleep, I'll turn the TV off. And usually I'd go on my phone and watch Grey's Anatomy. But now I'm just leaving my phone off and I'm going to bed. So, but yes, we are watching Scandal right now. I think that's it for the updates. Did we forget anything?
No, I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered everything that we did last week.
Yeah, me too.
If we did miss anything, and we have any photos or video of it, we'll definitely put that in if you're watching on YouTube.
Yes. Sounds great.
Yes. So now, let's get into the growth of Snap Duo, our business.
How exciting. Okay,
Yes.
so we obviously started our business in August of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go over the services we offered when we
We
launched.
offered a lot. Too much.
Specifically on our website. So on our website, we, like our services page. Do you want to give a lowdown of off the top of your head what was on there?
We offered, we offered family sessions, maternity sessions, engagement sessions, all that stuff. Sorry.
Newborn sessions, birthday parties, like events.
We even offered architecture.
Real estate?
No, architecture. when we did Sky's
Oh, that photo of her on the
at Cal Poly, right?
Yeah.
And I took a picture of the building, and I was like, "Oh, we should put that on our website and say that we do architecture."
Sorry.
I don't know anything about architecture.
No. We did real estate, or we had real estate on our website too, which we still do the majority of these things. We do not do architecture. Don't get any ideas.
Right.
But
But every photographer and videographer starts by doing everything. Anything and everything that you possibly can. That's how you start. And
Yeah.
then slowly but surely, you find your niche.
correct. We obviously didn't offer weddings when we
No,
we
we were
launched.
nowhere near that. No.
But we did have every subject you could possibly think of.
Yeah.
We had on there.
One thing that we didn't have, though, was quinces.
We had events.
Yeah.
But
we
not
had
quinces specifically.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't have been able to handle quinces then.
No.
Because quince is pretty much a wedding.
It's kind of a more relaxing wedding. Like when you think about it, because you only got one person to really focus on.
No, but you have that one person, and then you have their court.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So, but yes, we didn't offer quinces then either, but we offered a lot. Okay. And how did we promote?
We promoted on Instagram, Facebook, all those things. On Facebook specifically, we did Facebook ads.
Yes. And I think we did Instagram ads too.
Yeah.
I think we did both.
Which they worked out actually pretty well. I mean, for getting our name out there, they worked out really good. A lot of people were able to see us.
We were seeing a lot of engagement from it, and they were relatively cheap too.
And I like Facebook ads specifically because you can pick your target audience, the age, and where you're at, where you want people to see you throughout the cities. So you can pick in just Corona or Corona Riverside, Norco,
Orange County,
all those, which is really nice compared to, I don't know, if you do ads somewhere else, somewhere in Canada, someone could see you or wherever. Right. So,
which I don't think we'd ever say never on going back.
No,
it's just something we kind of didn't need as much.
Never say never.
But you never know. And then we also tried out flyers.
So if anyone has Canva, then you know that they try to promote certain things and they'll push certain things, on your home screen and everything. And flyers came up, so we made some flyers. We got them printed. It came with the bags. We put them in the bags.
We got the bags from my mom.
We stole your mom's. Yeah.
My mom's a real estate agent, so she had some, and so we took some from her for a trial period.
How many houses would you say we went to?
I think we had 100 flyers. I think we bought 100, or did we buy 50?
I thought we got 150.
Okay, maybe 150.
Something.
So we gave them to our close family members, obviously, and then we legit got in our car, drove to different neighborhoods, and put the flyers in the bags with the circle for the doorknob.
Walked around.
We walked around door to door. We put them on every house we could walk to. Did it work?
100% no.
Fail.
It did not work.
Highly don't recommend. Never got a phone call from it. Didn't see any spike in engagement on a website or anything.
Yeah, so I would put that at a 0, and I would say that Facebook ads and Instagram ads were 100 times better than that because we had to spend some money. It wasn't a significant amount of money. You can literally spend
I think we
$10.
spent more money on the flyers themselves than we did on the ads.
We spent probably 50 or I think it was 50 or something bucks on the flyers, and we spent 20 or 30 on the Facebook ads.
And that was over time too.
That
so
was
it wasn't
over
just one time.
5 days.
We were spending we'd put on there that it was a max $5 that we wanted to spend that day. So it would show enough people and get enough engagement until it hit $5, and then it would stop showing people.
Yeah.
And I think in total we ended up spending $30 in total on Instagram and Facebook.
But we were seen by thousands of people.
Yeah. No, we could definitely see because we can see our engagement on our website, our social media and everything. And we could see that when we were doing the ads themselves, we were seeing spikes in engagement.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that was for first, low budget, you want to just try promoting. I would definitely go with social media, the social media aspect. Don't do the flyers.
I have found, though, that the best promotion has been word of mouth.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
You'll never tell me that anything is ever better.
Without a doubt.
I swear to you, there's nothing like word of mouth.
No, word of mouth is the best, and it has a higher chance of you getting that booking.
Absolutely. And I think a good example of that, I mean, weddings is really great, but graduation season,
Graduation's crazy.
you get one
Solid.
senior,
Yeah.
okay, whose parents love to post their photos. You're more than likely going to get 5 more seniors out of that.
We'll get a parent, and they'll book with us, and they'll love their kids' photos, and all of a sudden, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people go, oh yeah, I saw, I don't know, Melissa's photos, and I loved them. So I got to book with you guys.
Yes. A good example for this graduation season is my cousin Van. He just graduated. He's amazing.
We're Van's #1 fan.
Facts. He is a runner, so he has a lot of friends in his team that ended up booking with us. So that's just, I mean, obviously we're family, but they didn't book with us because we're his family. They booked with us because they liked what we did for last year's prom photos, this year's prom photos for him, his senior photos this year. We did 2 sets of senior photos for him and his girlfriend, Cassie. And we ended up getting a lot of business from that. And I think that graduation photos, man, that is,
they're a lot
word of mouth for
Yeah.
like parents is
Yep.
crazy.
Yep. And they're a lot of fun too. The seniors are always really funny because they're always excited about graduating, and
I love the talkative ones
oh yeah,
that want to tell us their whole life story of where they're going to college.
which
It's
we
exciting
like, which
to
we like to
hear.
hear too. Yeah.
Because we also, I mean, a lot of our clients follow us on social media so that they can see their sneak peeks and things as we're editing. And so they tell us, you know, I'm going to say UCLA. Well, then we get to follow their journey and see, you know, all the different things that they do and what they do after graduation. That'll be exciting to see. But I love seniors. I have a soft spot for seniors.
It's really exciting to see Van and him starting his new journey.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's also sad.
#1 fan. He's 2.5 hours away, but that's okay. Just gives
He
us an
could be
excuse.
further. He could be further.
He could be further. He wanted to go all the way to Colorado and Wisconsin at one point. So we should be thankful he's
Yes.
that close. Definitely his #1 fan.
Speaking of sessions, what about Christmas season?
Christmas season. Okay, so for all new starting out photographers, we had no idea what to expect for our first Christmas season in year 1. So that would be Christmas 2021.
Yep.
And we actually used Facebook again and went on, I don't know if you're familiar with like the WhatsApp groups, so like WhatsApp Corona, WhatsApp Riverside, WhatsApp Orange County. We went on there and posted some of our photos and just promoted, hey, we're doing a special for Christmas. Wow.
And it always seemed like every single time we made a photography post, a specific photographer would post the
One.
same time and sort
We
of the
kind of
same
counted
thing.
on it.
Oh yeah.
But
So
it's
it's kind of a
okay.
lot of fun.
It was
but
fun to see how long it would take that other photographer to post theirs right after. But we were not, I don't want to say we weren't prepared, but we did not know what to expect our first Christmas season. And wow, was it amazing. I felt like we were getting at least, 2 bookings a day?
Oh yeah.
And then jump from 2021 Christmas to 2022 Christmas. We were almost fully booked for the entire month of December, which was amazing.
Yeah, and I would say that a lot of the bookings and stuff were from the first year, from the good relationships that we formed our first Christmas season.
We did get a lot of rebookings for Christmas season 2022. We did have some that didn't rebook.
Which
But
not
that's to be
not
expected. Not
every,
everyone gets photos every single
no,
year.
no.
That's a little crazy.
I feel like once your kids reach a certain age, they don't look as different
Every
as
year.
they did last year
Yeah.
compared to like when they're really growing up.
Then you want them every year.
Yeah.
But Christmas season's always been fun. I think Christmas season we kind of expected to be busy, holiday cards. Not as to the extent that we were. But I think what really surprised us was grad season. We had no...
Graduate, yeah, it's like I said before, it's a lot of fun. So
We had no idea it would be so busy during graduation season. So I think those two were exciting. And they keep exciting us every year.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited that it's September. And so that means that Christmas season.
Guess we gotta skip October and
No, we're not skipping Halloween. Sorry.
darn. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Just kidding, Dad.
Yeah.
And then we transitioned into weddings.
Yes. How did we prepare? Would you like to go over a couple things?
Sure. I think first and foremost, we really looked online at what other photographers were doing as far as equipment. We really wanted to make sure that we went into it fully prepared as far as everything that we brought to the table to a wedding.
Yeah.
Um,
Could be your wedding if you're watching.
now booking 2024.
And end of 2023.
Yes. So that meant new cameras. We needed dual SD card slot cameras for extra
Yep.
preparedness. New flashes, new wardrobe, even,
Yep.
I would say.
On the video side, we had to get microphones.
Yes.
We had to get a separate microphone recorder for the DJ stand, different wires, a lot of batteries, because weddings take up a lot of
a
batteries,
stabilizer.
a lot more SD cards, lenses, lighting equipment.
Oh, yes, definitely lighting equipment. We actually just got a new piece of lighting equipment for one of our most recent weddings that we're really excited
We're probably
about.
missing a couple things that we
We-
got, but we've gotten a lot.
And we also did research on what other professionals were doing as far as...
Oh, we also updated computers too. We got
Yes.
laptops. Sorry, that was a big
Yes.
one.
We also researched what other professionals were doing as far as being prepared with your bride and groom.
Yes, we always want to be prepared, and the internet is the biggest book of knowledge
Absolutely.
that anybody has. Anybody has access to the internet. It's everywhere. Your public library offers it for free. Anywhere and everywhere there's internet, and there's so much valuable information just sitting out there that you can learn at any time.
And I think we should also say thank you to all of the wedding professionals that share their knowledge on the internet. Because you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But so many people go out and share what they do and how they've learned so that people like us who are starting out in the wedding industry, we knew what to do.
Yeah, and just like right now, by us having this podcast and talking about the
We're
steps,
them now.
talking about the steps that we went through, people who are doing what we were doing 2 years ago, you know, they could learn from us now, and we're giving
Absolutely.
them that knowledge, and that makes us happy, you know? And why wouldn't we want to give that knowledge out?
So I think that a big part of us transitioning into weddings was creating our book. We have a book.
We do
And
right
that-
here, actually.
You have it?
We do. Since then, though,
We've
gone paperless.
We have. But our very first wedding meeting, we brought a little black book.
It's a little dusty, but this is what it looks like. It goes through make sure there's no information. Goes through
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Every single thing you could think of for a wedding is in this book. And this is when we still will do it if they would like to, but some brides, you know, they're busy.
We even get down to the wedding hashtag.
Just so we're prepared.
And then the client's desired shot list. It just goes on and on and on, and there's a spot for them to add more.
So if they were doing anything special for their
Yeah.
day, we could make sure that we add that to a shot if we didn't have that on our list. And that's what we present to our brides. So that book is for people that want to
And
do
grooms.
in-person meetings with us to go over, you know, the contract and everything. We'll bring that so that we have every square inch of their day. And we made it so that they didn't have to give us all the information that day. If they, you know, I haven't thought about it yet, we're just starting the process. We gave them the book and let them give it to us or send pictures of it as they went on their planning process, which was really nice. We've gone paperless.
Yeah, which I feel like helps them stay organized, and it definitely helps us.
It's like a
Stay
little mini
organized.
planning book.
Yes, we've gone paperless. I know I talked some crap on this last episode, but the iPad, we went wireless with it.
Yeah. So this is, we do it mostly for the brides and grooms that can't meet with us because they're too busy, or things happen. Sometimes it's just more convenient. If they love us, they'll just do it over the phone. We can just email everything to them, have them send us back their desired shots in the contract and everything. And now if we do have in-person meetings, we'll just bring the iPad. Saving trees.
Took 5,000 trees to make the iPad, but
we don't have to say that.
Just kidding. Made out of steel.
So yes, we did our research on how to be prepared for the day of. So we got all of the equipment we needed. We did research on what to ask our bride and grooms. And I think overall, to summarize that, I think we would both say that we did not even think about getting into the transition of weddings until we felt comfortable enough with our craft and we had enough experience and knowledge in, everyday engagement, family, all of that.
Well, and you know what? I see a lot of people and they talk about like other photographers or whoever, and they say, oh, I second shot 5 or 6 weddings before I did my first one by myself.
Right.
But I feel like the best way to learn is to just jump in. I'm not saying jump in with no knowledge. And
we have 100% respect for second shooters.
Oh,
as
yeah. We're not talking anything bad, but I'm just saying it's like throwing a kid in a pool and say swim. They'll learn it so fast.
Yeah. And I think we should also say,
not saying you should throw your kid in a pool. I'm just saying that they would learn
right.
extremely fast.
I think we should also give knowledge to the fact that a lot of people can't get hired for a wedding if they've never shot one. So second shooter is the way to go for a lot of people.
Yeah.
We got lucky with our first full service wedding. We did their engagement photos. We built a relationship with them and they trusted us. So we were able to grow into that relationship with them, that they had us do that without ever being second shooters at another wedding. But not everybody has that opportunity. So power to you. If you have the opportunity and you're thinking about getting into weddings, go ahead and do that second shooter shot. But also don't be scared to just throw yourself in.
Just do it. You will learn so fast by being on your feet that entire day. I mean, you won't feel like you're learning.
And troubleshooting.
You won't feel like you're learning at all. But then you get home and then you start looking over the photos or the footage and everything. And you're like, wow. I actually did learn something. So I feel like that's the best way, is to just jump in.
Right.
If you can.
Yes, if you can. So yeah, I think we covered everything about how we transitioned in.
Yeah. And one of the major things, not one of the major, but I feel like something that's pretty important that we did to prepare for our first wedding. So it was up north and it was in the redwoods. Where we live, we don't have access to redwoods. Like, it's not like the mountains around us. There's no redwoods. So we actually did find a park in Brea that did have redwoods.
Well, we didn't find it. That's actually where our bride and groom wanted their engagement.
Oh,
photos.
yeah. But we quickly found out that it was $150.
Just for the permit.
And even then, you weren't allowed to touch the trees, go near the trees, take photos by certain trees. You had to stay in a little corner that had a whole bunch of sandbags and everything everywhere else.
There was a photo section of the Redwood Park, and the photo section was surrounded by sandbags. So
which okay, so we went there a week after having COVID. And
thank God we did, because that engagement session was supposed to be the week we had COVID.
Yeah.
Thank God we rescheduled and then went and checked out the location before their engagement session.
Yes. So we went over there, and we were not supposed to take our cameras with us.
No, without a permit.
We did. Okay. But we didn't use it for, it was not
no
for
one paid us to do it. We were just doing it for lighting.
We were doing it for bird watching. We absolutely love taking photos of the birds. So if anyone's wondering, from the Brea Park office, we love taking pictures of birds. Phenomenal birds. And
it was just us. We should also, we
yeah,
didn't bring clients there. It was just the two of us.
It was just,
But we wanted to
learning.
see where we were going to be taking these engagement photos. So we went a week before, and that's when we realized we weren't going to be able to take their photos there. So we ended up doing the beach, which was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But
really good.
how did we prepare for the actual Redwood wedding? We still use that location.
We did. We took our second shooter there,
Yes, April.
and we actually have video. I don't know if we still have. I don't. It might be. It might be
you know
far
what?
away.
I think it's
in
on
the-
here.
Might. Oh yeah, it might be on there. Maybe we'll throw it in there. And we, all three of us, we went down there and
Practiced.
we practiced. We used the biggest book in the entire world, the internet, and we just learned. And
And that was a week before we were set to drive up north for the wedding. We went there because we like to, that's another thing we did to transition to weddings. We also learned that we wanted to go to every venue prior to the wedding to make sure we were fully prepared. But obviously we couldn't do that for.
which is crazy because every time we go, the event planner or the person who's in charge of the venue always says, "Oh wow, people don't normally do this. This is very professional of you." And it's kind of disappointing to hear that.
I
that
feel like it's
people
second
don't
nature
go.
for us.
Yeah, but like, why wouldn't you go beforehand?
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. But we couldn't do that obviously for our wedding up north because it was 6 hours away. So we went to the Redwood Park.
We did absolutely everything we humanly could. We got on Google Maps. We printed it out, or we had it, and we were drawing lines on where we were parking, where we would take the photos. We'd connect photos that we saw online to Google Maps. We knew that entire place head to toe.
And
it
we still went the night before the wedding
and it was
to check
a
it out.
very surreal moment after all that prep, finally standing where we drew the
Yeah.
lines. It was a very surreal moment.
So even though we couldn't go to the venue before the wedding like we always do, now we always do because this was our first wedding, we drove 6 hours through the middle of the night up north.
Zero sleep, and I think
Zero
the
sleep.
night before that, before we left,
We were sending out a quince, so we
Yes.
didn't get any sleep that night either. We drove all the way there, got there. We're there for probably 10 minutes in our hotel. The three of us changed, drove to the location, went and checked out the location, did the rehearsal, and then went to our hotel. Vincent fell asleep within 5 minutes of being at the hotel. And then the next morning, we had the wedding. But we still made the effort, even though we were exhausted, to go to the venue the day before. So we were extra prepared, even though we drew up every chart we could.
it was such an amazing experience.
It was beautiful.
I'll never forget it. I love that hotel that we stayed at.
Same.
Even though it was haunted, it was a really cool hotel.
We ended up finding out when we got there that it was on like the top 10 most haunted hotels in America. But it's okay.
I love that trip. I'll never forget that trip.
Me either. With April.
Yes.
Made it that much more special.
Yes.
So that is just another thing that we did to transition into weddings. We made the collective decision that we would go to every venue prior to the wedding to make sure that every T was
Yeah.
crossed.
So what we're saying is, if you are trying to get into weddings, and maybe you did get your first booking for a wedding, if you're a photographer or videographer, if you can, go to the venue, speak to the person who's going to be there the day of, do every single bit of research that you possibly can. Make sure that you have the proper gear. If you don't have the proper gear, try to work with what you got and make sure that it's good to go. And use the internet. Internet is your best friend.
You can never be too prepared. That's what I would say if you're trying to transition into weddings.
Yeah.
And then I feel like we should close this part out with kind of giving an update on where we are now.
Yeah. So with the services that we now offer.
On our website, we went from having every single sector of photography possible
Architecture.
to having 3. So we have lifestyle, which would still be, maternity, family, and anything of that nature. It also includes events like
Yep.
quinces,
Yep.
everything. Then we have engagement and we have wedding. So we had probably 15 plus different sections with different pricing on our website. And now we've cut it down to 3. Super simple, super easy. Once you get to our contact page, then it will have the drawdown where you can pick the specific event or photo shoot you want.
Yeah, if you haven't been on snapduo.com yet, head
Check
over
it
there.
out. We put a lot of effort and work into it.
There's a podcast page on there too.
Yes. So we definitely simplified
Simplified.
our services that we offer. We still do a lot of services, different sectors of it. We just made it easier for you to look at, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And I think is also safe to say that we have an emphasis right now on weddings. We're really putting everything into weddings. Couple shoots are personally my favorite. Maternity, engagement, just regular.
They
couple
all
shoots.
have their own.
But I love
you know.
graduation
Oh,
sessions.
yeah.
I love family sessions. We love it all. So whatever you may need, go to snapduo.com and hit us with an inquiry.
Yes.
But I think that's where we are now.
Yeah.
Still doing it all.
Still doing it all. We don't. We've really found our niche, and
We finally
happy with
found
it.
our style too, like our
Yeah.
personality in our photos.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a video on. We'll have to throw some of our old photos in it for our YouTube
Our
watch,
befores and afters.
and you can see like a transition. You did an Instagram story not long ago, or for 3 years, and you did like every year in business. So you did
Yeah.
year 1, 2, and then where we are now, and we got a lot of message saying like, "Wow, like look at that growth."
But that's what happens when you use the tools that you have to your advantage. You have the internet
Absolutely.
and use it to your advantage.
The
You have
internet and
camera.
other professionals
Oh yeah.
that will just give you knowledge, which is what we're trying to do here with everybody interested in photography, videography, and small business.
I can
but-
find where my great grandpa's brother's friend was at when he was born through
The internet.
the internet. So I'm pretty
Right.
sure we can look up, the answers that we have on our cameras.
Yeah.
And so can
absolutely.
everyone else. So
Sorry to tickle
no,
my
you're
throat.
good. You're good.
Should we get into snaps?
Snapped.
All right. I think we have one snapped story for you guys today.
It's a little long.
It's a little long, but ooh, is it worth it? This one's on Reddit. I think I'm going to be doing this one this week.
Get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn. This is all over Reddit this week. So this is breaking news on the internet. Are you ready, Vincent?
Yes.
All right. Bride wants a refund after groom had an affair with the second shooter. All right, let's get into this. Earlier this
Oh man.
Earlier this summer, I shot a wedding. My typical second shooter couldn't make it, so I found someone else online who I felt did good work. Anyways, her and I did the wedding, and everything seemed business as usual. Photos were edited, delivered to the clients, all was good. Then this morning, I got an email from the bride. She was wanting a refund because the lady I hired as a second shooter for the day ended up sleeping with her husband at some point after the wedding.
After the wedding?
So it wasn't the day of the wedding. I have updates too, okay? Let me keep going.
I had thought that from the title, I had thought that like they were together before and this happened before they were
Oh.
married.
No.
Uh-oh.
She also included photos from his phone to prove it. So this bride came with receipts asking for a refund. I haven't responded yet, but what's the best thing to do here? She hired me for a job, and the job was completed and the product was delivered. But I also feel like this would be as if I were a professional dog walker who walked a client's dog, then came back and killed it later. Of course, the second shooter is considered a private contractor and not an employee. Anyways, what is the best thing to do here? I really feel for this lady, but that's also a lot of money to have to give back for work that was completed. Whoo!
Wow.
I also have like updates based off of the receipts that were
Yeah,
given from
yeah.
the bride. I believe it was that the second shooter was the one who
Initiated it?
initiated it with the groom after the wedding. She found his social media.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh.
That's all the receipts, or that's all the updates I
That
had.
makes
but that's
it
what I saw.
worse.
Yes. Okay, so first and foremost, I would like to add that
Oof.
our second shooter, April, would never put us in this situation.
She is happily married with 2 beautiful kids.
She's been with her husband for over 20
since
years.
high school.
And if you
We don't got to worry about
and
this.
if we ever need inspiration for like a solid relationship, that's where we look to. And I think we could both agree on that.
Yes.
Solid. So we'll never have to deal with this, but there may come a day where April is not available for a wedding and we have to reach out to a second shooter.
Which we already have an idea.
We already have an option for a second shooter, which is also a client of ours.
And that person knows who they are if you're watching.
Yes. Who's also amazing.
She's
but if
fantastic.
she wasn't available either, I would simply lose my mind if this happened to us.
So what I personally would do is say that I apologize for her actions, but as the main photographer, I did not do anything. Okay, I might have hired the girl, but her problem's with the second shooter, not the main photographer.
Not the photographer.
No, I mean the poor
because
photographer
at the end of the
didn't know.
day, second shooters are there for a couple hours of the wedding day. Okay, so they're there the whole wedding day, but at the end of the day, they hand over their SD cards to the main photographer. The main photographer then goes home and spends countless amounts of hours editing those photos and putting so much love and, effort into them.
Yeah.
So yes, you have a second shooter for the day, but the rest of the job is to the main photographer or photographers for both of us.
Yeah.
When we get home and we have to edit for, however long. So she edited these photos, did what she was supposed to do. She didn't cause any problems at the wedding. The main photographer, not the second shooter. Gave you her work. You loved everything. It's not on the main photographer. I'm sorry.
I would have her reach out to the other photographer.
I get it. It's sad.
I would have her reach out to the other photographer and just let her deal with it. That's what
I don't know how they're gonna deal with it.
That's the only thing that I could say that she could do. That's it. What is she supposed to do? Hey, sorry, my second shooter slept with your husband.
It sounds so bad.
That's how it was, and I didn't realize it's even worse that the photographer, second shooter, reached out to the groom after the wedding.
So
and
she
had
saw
proof.
something she liked,
and she
went
had
for
proof.
It's probably like the scummiest thing I've ever heard, but
you know what? You also gotta kind of be mad at the husband too.
Oh, he is not innocent here.
No.
I'm sorry, you just got married.
Yeah.
It's scummy on both ends. They're both. It's both.
She shouldn't have reached out to him, and he shouldn't have taken the bait.
Absolutely not.
So
horrible, horrible, horrible. I'm so thankful for our second shooter.
That's what
I'm always thankful for her and everything she does for us. She is our right hand woman on our wedding days. She tosses the veils.
She's not just second shooter for you.
No.
She's my assistant as well.
I think she did video for you at
the
wedding that we're editing right now.
Yeah.
So she is incredible and we've never had any problems with her. And she would never do this to us.
Wow.
I can't imagine what's going through this photographer's mind right now.
She just needs to send that text and say, hey, you didn't get it from me. Here's her phone number and her social media and all this. Goodbye.
You deal with it. I'm so sorry. Sorry, your husband's a scumbag. Oh, I did see a comment, though, I wanted to add on here. Someone put on there, I would send her over a message saying, so sorry this happened. I'll give you half off on your next wedding, though.
Oh.
Which is so sad, but obviously they're going to get a divorce. I mean, I hope she doesn't stay with him, but
wow.
Yeah, scandalous, man. Scandalous. That one had to be in this week's segment. I get notifications on my phone now of different Reddit, like the wedding photographer Reddit things. So it'll be like 1 a.m. and I'll wake Vincent up or I'll go to the bathroom. And when I come back in the room, he'll wake up startled. I'll be like, you'll never believe what I just read on Reddit.
Wow.
He hears it all the time, but
that's crazy.
I feel for the bride. It's really sad.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel for the bride, and
I feel for all the money she just spent on a wedding that was for nothing.
That sucks.
Horrible.
That really sucks.
Well, that concludes. In the comments, if you have anything to say about this on
comment away.
Your opinion.
Tell us how you feel.
We would love to know your take on this horrific story. Please.
Yes.
And I think that concludes this week's segment of Snapped.
Yes, this definitely concludes it, and that is going out with a bang.
With a bang. We want to thank everyone who tuned into this week's podcast.
Yes, and make sure that if you are not, we said it last time, and the 5 or
I've just decided
four
this is your spiel, so I'm going to let you say it every time.
Episode. If you are not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. If you've made it this long through either the podcast on Spotify or YouTube, we thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. We have so much fun. Reese was telling me before we started filming that she looks forward to podcast nights because they are a lot of fun.
We were both exhausted about 2 hours ago before this, and we're like, oh.
And I don't get to have any caffeine after 4, so I don't get that boost.
As soon as the lights turned on in here and we were like getting ready, I think both of us were getting excited. We
Yeah.
look forward to this. We know a lot of our listeners that we actually get to interact with outside of this tell us how much they enjoy their Wednesday podcast days. Dad.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of fun doing it,
We do.
and we hope that if you're new, that you were able to learn something, and you're taking something away from this podcast. And we hope that you do subscribe so that you can see more, and maybe learn more as well. And
Tell us what you want to see. We have so much knowledge and experience in different things. If you want to learn more about our editing process, or
if you wanna know how we are able to run a small business full time and still get a podcast out each week,
because I know that my mom was sure curious on how we were doing this.
there's a secret, and we told the family. But if you want to know,
Let us know.
let us know. There's a secret.
Yes. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Yeah, we will see you guys next week. Next week, we're going to talk about the differences in the way that we shoot weddings now from
Our
when
first
we
one.
originally did it, and sessions too, from how we used to
Oh, that's
shoot
a good one.
very
Yeah.
our very first sessions to how we shoot them now through poses and lighting
And maybe that's where we could put some progression photos in.
oh yeah, we'll definitely put some progression photos.
So stay tuned for next
Stay
week.
tuned. Make sure you subscribed, and yeah, we appreciate you guys watching and listening. So thank you.
Bye.
Bye.